the future. I believe a lot of jobs are going to change. There's going to be a lot of people unemployed. New roles will be created for the people that can manage it, but there's going to be so many programmers out there. There's going to be so many designers out there. Some sectors are going to be hit really hard. I believe that in the next 2 to about 3.5 years, we're probably going to have the first time an AI system does something really bad. And there's going to be a bit more panic over it. I believe that startup companies who are using AI will do fantastically well, and larger companies will struggle to incorporate it into what they do. I could see the workflow in the future that a business person goes through their emails or plows their emails into an AI system, says roughly what they want, and they work with an AI system and designing the business specs. The AI system might be giving them screenshots, they might be discussing forms, it giving through ideas based on previous programs or previous websites, and that business person will work back and forth. Once that's all done and the functional specs have been done, then it will probably go over to some sort of programming type person to be technical specifications. This is where what your company has available, so the sorts of servers, the sorts of systems, the languages which you use, the licenses which you used, will all be kind of fed in. And a programmer type person will probably be answering questions on some of that. Looking at the design choices, agreeing, disagreeing. And then the programmer person walks off, comes back a day later, and there could be 15,000, 20,000 lines worth of code waiting to be used. And that code, they will know, has no bugs that would make it crash. There might be logical bugs inside of it, but the program will compile, the program will run. I can see it then sitting there on maybe a bunch of machines, or maybe just a few, where programs will automate it, and they will go through and they will test out every screen and make sure it comes up and looks the way it's expecting. They will fill in details on various pages. We've already got AI systems which can control the mouse and control the keyboard. I can write PowerShell scripts which control the mouse and keyboard. So it's okay for AI to do in a safe environment, and I can see that going through as well. And then I think once that majority of the code is there, that's when a human comes in and makes changes. Now how much the human will type, and how much the human will just say what they want, we're unsure. Hopefully I've shown you Windsurf or Cursor, so you can see what's already available. And every month that programming score, the ability to solve problems, is going up and up. I think a lot of people saw that AI originally wasn't doing that well with coding. And 30-40% of stuff checked into GitHub may have been AI generated, but it wasn't working, and there was a lot more checkouts. Over the last 3-4 months, the amount of problems it can solve, it's got far better. And when we start having models, I run I think it's a 27 billion parameter model purely for coding. When there's larger ones purely for coding, I think that's going to be much more reliable. The reason coding's being pushed so much at the moment is the first AI company to get virtually perfect code, the system writes itself. This is why it's been such a goal for companies to use. So the process will be business person, maybe mock-ups, going through, system writes most of it, human checks it, makes changes, human supports it within reason. But I expect there's going to be a limit somewhere. We're going to reach one place where the system just cannot write code any better. And then there's going to be that big decision that, for small programs, a couple of 100-line program, let the system do it straight off. But when you're getting to thousands of lines of code, and it all needs to be checked, we're not sure how much a person will be involved and how much they won't. One sec. So we've got that going on. Software-wise, I wouldn't invest in any software or any licenses that's not paid by the month. Every month it's changing. This week Claude is on top with coding. Go back a week, literally a week, and it was Gemini. Go back a few weeks before that and it was OpenAI, and it moves around. Go back a month, everyone believed Cursor was going to be the next big thing, which is an environment which does coding for you across multiple forms. It was valued at 8 or 9 billion. Then all of a sudden OpenAI purchased Windsurf for 3 billion. It's stupid amounts of money, but they're all rushing to be the first. There's more environments coming out like this. If Windsurf and Cursor are both based on the code, the branches of VS Code, which is the most popular development environment in the world as far as I know. But Microsoft has let the normal Visual Studio fall way behind. And just having a plugin which does tab completion is not enough. It needs to do what Cursor or Windsurf does. So I've got a feeling that Microsoft are probably panicking like mad right now and trying to get this to work. So any time, things can suddenly switch. But again, if you're Microsoft, would you put this functionality into every single program or just have it inside of VS Code? It's hard to see what's happening. Python is being used everywhere. So many of it's a language that AI systems have really got the hang of. And also because it can run in browser windows and places like that, I could have used the OpenWeb UI, and I can literally ask it to write code, so I could feed it a form of, say, some stocks and shares data, and just write a program which displays it as bar charts, and it would do it and show it to me in the browser. Which means anyone can kind of do this. They can upload their documents, say what they want, and when this feature gets into the other browsers, they will see a response straight away. So Python is managed, because it's a handy language for working with maths and working with data. It's managed to kind of become the main AI sort of language to start with, and it's getting more and more support. So we're really at the stage now where I think our jobs are going to change a lot. It's going to go from a developer being, I wouldn't say a silo, but be able to do lots of tasks, to a developer being like the captain of a ship, steering some agents who are probably running multiple agents themselves and making the odd decisions. It's going to change, we cannot avoid it, and we either move with it or we get left behind. Whatever happens, it's going to be interesting.